Hello, everyone. This is the WCVB5 fan here, and today it's time for Week 6 in the NFL announcing schedule. Sorry if my camera's a little lower, it's just because I wanted you to see a certain logo that I'll talk about. I'll talk about this team in a minute, maybe in a little bit. But right now, let's talk about the games for Week 6. So let's start with Thursday night, of course. We'll start with this game in between the Bears at the Washington Commanders. That game will be called by Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. Um, just so you know. And the referee for this game is Adrian Hill, and in Washington D.C. you will get this game on WTTG Fox 5, and in Chicago you will get this game on WFLD Fox 32. So yeah. Anyway. Now, I'm actually going to start the Fox schedule. Now, CBS does have the doubleheader, but I'm going to start with Fox because of certain reasons. I'm going to start with this game. The featured game in the early window is actually the Tampa Bay. Actually, I'm going to start with this one. It's going to be the New York Jets at the Green Bay Packers. That game will be called by Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olson, and Pam Oliver. As far as I know. And the referee for this game is Clete Blakeman. And then next up we've got the Tampa Bay. That's the primary game, it looks like. Next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, here's where things get interesting. This game will be called by either Joe Davis or Brandon Gaudin, depending on whether their assigned NLDS matchup continues that day. And Daryl Johnston will be the analyst, and the referee. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Aaron Andrews is the sideline reporter for the Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry about that. My bad. Anyway, so the Pittsburgh Steelers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's Pam Oliver. So yeah. So and then the referee for this game will be the referee for this game is Sean Smith. Next up is the San Francisco 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons. This game's also going to be determined by how the National League Division Series goes. So it'll either be called by Adam Amin or Chris Myers, with the analyst being Mark Schlereth and let's see here, Mark Schlereth and Christina Pink. Yeah, I thought so. And the referee for this game will be Carl Cheffers. And you will get this game in the following media markets: Honolulu, Hawaii; San Francisco, California; Fresno, California; Sacramento, California; Reno, Nevada; Atlanta, Georgia; Macon, Georgia. Actually, pretty much any media market in Georgia. And any media market in Alabama except Mobile, which is getting the Pittsburgh game. Oh, going back to Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, I forgot to mention. You will get the Buccaneers and Steelers game if you live in the following media markets: Dayton, Ohio; Columbus, Ohio; Charleston, West Virginia; Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; Harrisburg, Pennsylvania; Scranton, Pennsylvania; Providence, Rhode Island; Springfield, Massachusetts; Burlington, Vermont; and any media market in the state. Any New York in the state of Maine, Mobile, Alabama. Panama City, Florida; Tallahassee, Florida; Orlando, Florida; Tampa Bay, Florida; and Fort Myers, Florida. So yeah, and now we're gonna. So yeah, and then now we're gonna go to the next game. That's the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. That game will be called by Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Shannon Spake. The referee for this game will be Brad Rogers, and you will get this game if you live in the following media markets: anywhere in North Dakota, anywhere in South Dakota, anywhere in Minnesota, West Palm Beach, Florida, and of course Miami, Florida. Next up, the Carolina Panthers at the defending champion Los Angeles Rams. That game will be called by Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, and Laura Oakman. The referee for this game will be Trey Blake, and you will get this game if you live in the following media markets: Santa Barbara, California; Bakersfield, California; Los Angeles, California; San Diego, California; Baton Rouge, Louisiana; New Orleans, Louisiana; Jacksonville, Florida; any media market in South Carolina; any media market in North Carolina; Indianapolis, Indiana; Cincinnati, Ohio; Cleveland, Ohio; Baltimore, Maryland; and Boston, Massachusetts. And finally, on the Fox window, we've got the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. That game will be this, along with the Rams game, will be a 4 or 5 game. This game will be called by either Chris Myers or Noah Eagle, along with Robert Smith and who's the referee? Sean Hockley. Okay. So yeah. Um. So yeah, and then now we're gonna talk about the CBS games. All right. First up on CBS, we've got our. There we go. Now let's talk about the CBS games. This CBS, like I said, still has the doubleheader. First up, we've got the Baltimore Ravens, the New York Giants. That game will be called by Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn. And the referee for this game will be Clay Martin. That is and this is the feature game in the early window. Next game, we've got the New England Patriots at the Cleveland Browns. That game will be called by Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. And the referee for this game is Scott Novak. And you will get this game if you live in the following media markets. Toledo, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Providence, Rhode Island, Springfield, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Burlington, Vermont, Portland, Maine, Bangor, Maine, and Presque Isle, Maine. So yeah. Next game is the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. That game will be called by Greg Gumbel, Adam Archuleta, and AJ Ross. I actually thought this game was going to be Kevin Harlan's game, but nope, it's actually Greg Gumbel. So yeah. Anyway, and the referee for this game is Lan Clark, and you will get this game if you live in the following media markets: Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, Lexington, Kentucky, Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, Macon, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, any media market in Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee, any media market in Mississippi, and any media market in Louisiana. So yeah. And then the last game in the early window is the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Indianapolis Colts. That game will be called by Andrew Catalon, James Lofton, I believe. Let me just check here. And Amanda Renner. I'm sorry. Amanda Renner will be the sideline reporter for that game. And then the referee for this game will be Jerome Boger. And you will live, and if you live in the following media markets, you will get this game. Panama City, Florida, Tallahassee, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Indianapolis, anywhere in Indiana, pretty much. Peoria, Illinois, and Springfield, Illinois. Now let's talk about the late games. First up, we've got the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. That game will be called by Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson, and the referee for this game is Brad Allen. And most of you will get this game. Actually, I tricked you. All of you will be getting this game. Yes, that's right. It's nationally televised. I tricked you there. Huh. Anyway, bazinga, as Sheldon Cooper once would say. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a little Halloween trick there. So yeah. Anyway, and finally, the Monday Night Football game will be the Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers. Of course, that game will be called by Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Lisa Salters. And the referee for this game is it? Wait, I think it is. Nope, it's not. It's Ron Torbert. And you will get in Denver you will get this game on KMGH ABC7, and in Los Angeles you'll get this game on KABC ABC7. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you all for watching, and have a great day, everybody. Or have a great week.